finally happening. I'm finally re-recording the To the Moon video, esteemed viewers. So for those of you who don't know, I recorded this video over a month ago originally, and I actually ended up crying at the end. Well, not at the end. I didn't finish the whole game. I have finished this game before. I know this game like the back of my hand, but I poured my soul out when I was recording this, and then the audio was crap. No one could hear it, and I was so mad. I actually had to take a break from recording this for a while, and whatnot. So, and I was trying to find a time to record this. In the end, I decided, today I've been feeling really bad, insecure, lonely, and all that. So, and this is kind of a good game to help, so I figured, you know what, I might as well record it, even though, yes, it's October, and I said there's a bunch of other Halloween stuff I promised, but that stuff's still coming, so. And I might not even finish this game during October. I might just play it whenever I'm feeling down. So if you have played the game, this is the worst part of it. This part is very this opening does some good things, but it's pretty boring. And you really, one of my friends played through it recently, and he said he was surprised at how much he enjoyed it. It's a company car. Are you kidding me? The boss is gonna kill us. He's saving a pup. So we have some banter. So these guys are the Jurassic World couple. They're basically, it's pretty laggy. I think it's probably the recording. Oh well. So I'm actually curious as to whether or not we are going to, if I'm going to have the same emotional reaction, that I did when hey, it's the Freebird. As I did when I last recorded it. I mean, considering this, my mental state is probably going to be stronger. So I'm always tempted to choose the abort mission, and I never do. So if you held a gun to my head and asked me what my favorite game was, I would probably have to say this one. And you might be wondering why. I mean, if you played the game, you'll know it's really good. But I have very personal reasons. I mean, there's a reason this is my go-to game for when I'm feeling lonely and having self-esteem issues and all that. Ma, they're here again. Its intro is not just slow, but it doesn't. It's pretty boring, to be honest. This is easily the worst part of the game, because it doesn't really. It just is kind of. Although, to be fair, I can't really imagine how else to do it. And these characters are interesting because at first you think they're a Nick Carraway, an audience surrogate who's kind of there to just watch it, and they are mostly that. This isn't really their story, but they are also. There's depth to this, and that's going to be a theme. That's going to be a running theme in this. Is you think you have these people figured out, and there's always, and you never do. There's always a deeper reason for people's behavior. Basically, Act 1. I've never told anyone, but I've always thought they were lighthouses. Oh man, that's the part that I always tear up at. Yeah, so there are certainly going to be tears during this playthrough. Dr. Livingston, I presume. Thanks for coming in such short notice. That's okay. Yeah. So yeah, so we have the reason I call them a Jurassic World couple is, you know, Jurassic World certainly didn't invent the hyper competent female coworker, you know, goofy, slack off male coworker trope, but it just certainly is kind of popular, and it's one of the most egregious examples of that. Again, she uses that trope, and then it goes deeper. Sue you with the insurance claim. So I'm trying to be quieter, you know, and I'm trying not to, I can't really be as loud and whatever, which is, I'm not going to be loud when I play a game like this, but I also, this is one of the reasons I'm playing it right now, is because it's late at night, and it is a weekend, so, my sister won't be as mad at me if I keep them up, but, I am trying to keep it low key, and again, this isn't a very, this isn't a game that, I don't want to hate on YouTubers who do have outlet, you know, big personalities, because that's what they do. But for me, it's a part of it is I'm tired. Really hope it's recording the music. I'm still having trouble with OBS. I could hear it when I did the test recording. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, so we're gonna rush through this. Written by Can Gao. So I think Can Gao is kind of like Toby Fox in that, there was, kind of like, you know, like there are other people involved. This wasn't an entirely one-person team effort, but it was like Can Gao is one of the reasons why this game is so special. Yeah. So how's he doing? This is one of the reasons why, you know, like I think only a little over a quarter of the people who played this game, but we all succeed because they're awesome, actually finished it, which is weird because this game's like 3 to 4 hours long as far as games go, and for considering the effect it has on people who actually finish it, it's amazing that more people haven't finished it. And I think this intro is a part of it, is because it kind of feels like a lot of nothing, and the beginning of a story is really crucial. And trust me, this is easily the most critical I'm going to get. Let's see. So be it. Alright, which one of us plays detective? Who goes to search the house? You know what? In the last video, I did Dr. Rosaline. Same thing. I'll be Dr. Watts this time. And the old video is still up. It's just unlisted, so I'll link to it in the description below. Hope there's no self-destruct button. Okay, Doofenshmirtz. What you want? Maybe. Oh my god, you brats. What do you punks want? $1 trillion. Mr. Bond, I am holding the world hostage, and you need to give me $1 trillion in ransom. Or or the giant candy cane that mother keeps on the shelf. Nope. I always do that one for some reason. I think it's this. I think this is the kitchen. There's that candy cane. Jump, jump. So it's kind of interesting how this game is, you know, made an RPG Maker, because it's definitely not an RPG. And it's very, and it's also interesting how the stigma around RPG Maker games is so strong that I still have a it's RPG Maker, even though again this is like my favorite game and it was made in RPG Maker. Oh, okay. The funny room is actually where things get interesting. Wait. Study room, is this study? Yeah, here we go. The book room. Thickest book on the upper shelf. So we got this passage from the Emperor's New Clothes. Which, again, seems innocuous, but is very important as time goes on. Dusklight. So, Twilight novel, Twilight, generic Twilight, non-rip-off. Oh, jeez! Open the funny room in the basement now. Turn on the light before you trip over something. Open door with room key. It's like a cave. And this is where things get interesting. One, because it's a mystery and it looks so bizarre. And if you know the actual game, Broken Music Box, if you know the actual game, yeah, sorry. If you know the actual game and how the plot goes, especially if you've already played through it, you know, it's actually, the room is different second time around. The soundtrack is so good. This music is amazing. No, you guys aren't supposed to go in there either. So, I actually would recommend that you go see The Lighthouse if you've played through this game. I am not going to because I want to get to the parts I want to talk about. Because I want to get at least 6 hours of sleep before I have to wake up to get ready for work in the morning. What the cactus were you doing? Burning ants with a magnifying glass. Using moonlight? Okay, I was taking a nap then. God, it's so hard to be a smart, you know. Oh man, it's so funny because normally I wouldn't hesitate to use that word, but I want to share this with a lot of... I want this to one, get monetized, because if this gets monetized, I'm going to donate it to a specific charity. I'll mention that towards the end. And two, I want this to go with people who might not normally like my usual, much fouler language, shall we say. Helmet's on the couch. Get on, we're going in. Initiate. Ready or not, here it goes. So the third game in the series is coming out. So there's, for those of you who don't know, there's To the Moon, and then there's a couple of mini-sodes of To the Moon that I actually haven't played. I'm probably gonna play those for the show. And then there's A Bird Story, which is a prequel to Finding Paradise, which is the real sequel. So the rest are all kind of filler. That's a mean word. Yeah, I know. Wait, do they move faster? I think they move faster in their virtual world. I mean, it makes sense. But it's interesting. So the what was I gonna say? I can't remember. Dr. Matterhorn, Dr. Lorenzo von Matterhorn, Dr. Neil Watts. Are you familiar with the Sigmund Agency of Life Generation? Oh, you're two from the agency? Halloween, I've just been thinking of calling you. Lily, get us some tea, please. Lily? Actually, he already called us. Jeez, you think there's a nicer way you could have put that? Man. Again, this is a bit funny seeing how... Oh, yeah. Filler is a mean word. Finding Paradise is the sequel, and then there's one called Imposter Factory that is coming out, and I am going to buy it as soon as it comes out, and I am going to play it for the show. I mean, like, he actually doesn't guess mild spoilers. Like, he legitimately does not know why he wants to go to the moon, but he really wants to go to the moon. Imposter Factory is really the only game I'm, like, super interested in right now. You'll return now. I gotta take it. See, he really wants to go to the moon, but he does not know why. So this is when this game basically gets exponentially more interesting and emotional as time goes on. So also I have a plan for this series. This episode is going to be up to a certain point. It's where I ended the last video. The next episode, I'm planning on having it be everything up to the scene, you know, and then the third episode we'll finish the game. If you've played the game, you'll know what the scene is, and trust me, if you haven't played the game, you don't want me to spoil what the scene is. You never forget your first time watching the scene. So we have those little puzzles. I like them. They're a nice change of pace. I also like that they really aren't that hard. And so these mementos, which are actually this game has a memento style plot. Most of it is this guy's life backwards. But so I think that's... Couldn't tell I'm recording this after midnight. I mean, I guess I have yawned at noon during recordings before, so... yeah, happy. All these rabbits. This is creeping me out. We probably should have checked his record for psychopathy first. What the... Did he hear me? That's impossible. It's probably just a part of his memory. I don't want to do voices for this. It's weird. I love doing voices for The Last Door series, which I just finished. But part of it is that I feel more comfortable when they're all a bunch of basically middle-aged straight white guys, straight white British guys, and also the clock is interesting. Up the stairs we go, up the stairs we go. Moving but soundless, no ticking. Emperor's New Clothes. Just in case you missed the passage from the first one. Oh man, again, this game is masterful at setup and payoff. They set up things at the very beginning that all get paid off in the scene. Like the scene actually, is ridiculously good at paying off. When it comes to Hadouken. What the bleep? My headcanon is that the thing actually bleeps out unprofessional language. I mean, honestly, this tech, it's not even that unbelievable for this tech. And there we go. And activate. I was about to say I think I'm making better time than I was earlier. But then I realized. Then I looked at the time and I was like, oh, it's already almost 1 in the morning. I'm gonna have to wake up at 7 tomorrow. So, yeah. The only rain I really mind is cold rain. Cold rain is like the worst weather to be out in. 'Cause snow, it's light and powdery, you know. Cold rain, River Ewiles. Cold rain is, cold rain is awful. One of the things I love, there was a meme I saw. I can't say that right now. There'll be other options to bring it up. I'll watch over her every day. I won't be alone anymore. Oh man, yeah, I'm probably gonna have the same reaction as I had at the end of the last video. You know, I am actually going to complain about Johnny a lot going forward, but I think that he is a very sympathetic character. There's a lot, and he goes through a lot. But some of those wounds are semi-self-inflicted. Alrighty. Join the scenery, what else? It's interesting how she doesn't tell him what she was actually doing. And here we have the memento. And we're gonna break the memento. Prepare the memento. Again, I like how these puzzles are basically just a, like, here's a thing. Well, one, it's a, here's a thing. that won't make people question whether it's a game. And also, here's a thing that just will break it up a bit, give it a little bit of gaminess. So here we see one of my favorite characters in all of gaming. Yeah, seriously, Johnny. Don't lie. Happy. Oh man, I really want to talk about River. Must be patient. I mean, I'll be able to in a little bit. Sorry, I'm not commenting much. I'm just, I don't know. Actually, one thing I want to know, let me know in the comments if you haven't played this game before. First of all, you should go play this game before, like maybe after done watching this video or whatever, but don't watch my next ones. You should go play it. Or not. Not at all. I'm not your parent. I can't tell you what to do. Let me know in the comments. Like literally, if you're watching this, I would like you to pause the video and write in the comments what you think Anya is. Yeah. Nah, we're gonna leave. I'm on a deadline, and I'm sure you guys don't want to hear my voice for too long. Oh, is this the part? Yeah. I think this is. This part I don't think gets most people. I definitely, like, if you don't cry because of this, I totally get it. But I would. This makes me cry for a reason. Pickled olives. This never would have happened if it took place in anywhere but the US. getting by since the market crashed. This game came out in 2010 or 2011. I think it came out on Steam in 2011. Yeah, seriously. Ultimately, it's her choice. Okay, this line. Oh man, when I first played this game, this line felt like it punched me in the gut in a good way. Because I've mentioned this I think a couple times on the show before. Maybe I haven't. But if it's your first time watching, I am on the autism spectrum, and that's one of the reasons why I'm feeling so alone and frustrated these days, especially given the state of the world. And combine that with self-esteem issues, and there's a whole bunch of other things, and it's such a, like, when I first played this game, I didn't even know that it was about autism, because it is. They don't never actually say it, but which is brilliant in a way that I'll probably talk about in another video. But this game so I was kind of like, I was on board with diversity, you know. I was like, yeah, it's, you know, people like it and they want it, and they say, and it's not hurting me. So, but this game showed me how having media that can having media that can like represent and validate your own experience can make you, how positive an impact they can have. And I still have a lot of struggles with autism, and I still have a lot of good things that come with autism, and I still have a lot of problems that, you know, it didn't solve everything, but it did help me. It did help me, and it also helped me understand why diversity and representation in media is so important. And I actually don't know why. I was crying at this point when I did the other video, which I guess you can find in the description. I actually don't know why I'm not right now. I am very emotional, and there is one part that always gets me, so it will probably be sometime in the future. This game also gets a lot of just gotta lay down. My autistic experience is not the autistic experience, so I don't know. I can't personally talk about how if you have a different experience, I'd love to hear it. But this really speaks to my experience, so we'll talk about that later. I don't know why. I kind of wanted, you know, sometimes it feels good to cry, you know, and I kind of want that right now, but I guess it's not happening for some reason for me. Maybe it's because there was less of a gap between when I played these. You know, it's been a while since when I started my review, but I don't know. Maybe I was thinking a lot about Autism Speaks, which Autism Speaks is garbage. It is garbage, and every time I see someone wearing an Autism Speaks shirt or whatever, I'm in a bad mood for like the rest of the day. It's terrible. So please, if you are giving money to it, please stop giving money. And if you thought they were genuinely doing good work, I thought they were doing good work for a while too. So I don't think you're a bad person, but if you have been giving money to them, you are doing bad, and you need to stop it. And preferably give money to the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network, which I will link to in the description below. And that's where all the ad revenue for this is gonna go. If I That's where all the ad revenue for this is going to go if I don't, if I, that's where all the ad revenue is going to go if this video ever gets monetized, which is probably not going to happen. But yeah, I don't know why I'm not crying. I don't know. Again, if you want to, maybe it's a good thing that I'm not, because you could actually hear that part. I'm gonna link to the old video description below, and I'm actually going to link it to make it start at the beginning, at the part where I was crying, because I think that would be the most interesting and the most deviant part of these two videos. Most of what I've been saying have been the same thing, but using different words, basically. Anyway, yeah. It's gonna actually continue. Sorry. Well, thank you for. Shouldn't say sorry. Thank you for indulging me. If you're still here. I mean, yes and no. Again, if you are watching this for the first time and you think he's being reasonable and she's being crazy, I totally get it. You are probably going to change your mind at the end of this, and that's what you're supposed to do. She is kind of framed at first as being almost senile, but you are going to feel differently. Hopefully. That's arrogant. I don't care. Where are you going? Yeah, seriously. I am 100% with Isabel on this. So it's called Everything's Alright. Man, I don't know. I actually was curious to see. I don't know why I had different emotional reactions. I mean, I guess it's almost. You could argue that it's a good thing that that now we compare and contrast, and it is interesting. I actually kind of want to go back and watch that video again, which is not something I usually say for old videos, especially ones that I had such a painful experience with. You know, the video itself was fine, but the whole thing surrounding it being one of my most successful, and then partly because I just shared it with everyone I could, and it and part of it was that it was so, I can't remember where the last memory link is. Oh, it's probably the music box. Oh, there we go, yeah. So we're going to prepare this, and then I'm going to call it a day. Prepare... Oh shoot, I messed up. Oh wow, I messed up bad. Ouch. Oh well. Alrighty. We're gonna overwrite this file. We are not going to re-override it. Shoot. I messed up the whole recording. That's what I did last time. Anyway. Here we go. Sorry about that. Thank you for watching, esteemed viewers. And, be sure to do all the usual YouTube things, like, comment, share, subscribe. Actually, please do share with people, especially if someone is supporting Autism Speaks, or someone is an anti-vaxxer, or if someone is recording something, so someone is if someone is someone's supporting Autism Speaks, or has not a child who's just diagnosed with autism, and they want to hear, and please share it. I really want this to be a success, but I also don't feel comfortable getting money from it. So that's why if this video ever gets ad revenue, I'm gonna donate it all to the ASAN, the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network. Nothing about us without us. Yeah, so, yeah, thank you for watching, and again, please share it with anyone who you think this will help, and to my Twitter and Letterboxd are in the description below, and yeah, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you again. Sorry I'm not being super excitable, but yeah, it's a game. Hello again, my most esteemed viewers. My name is Jekyllstein Gray, and we are finally continuing our playthrough of To the Moon. So, just a fair warning. So first of all, so I think in the last video I used high-functioning autism as a phrase. I've always kind of been uncomfortable with that. I think that I should make a whole video about it. There's going to be I'm going to do a lot of like introduction stuff that'll probably do talks videos about it. One of the things that sorry. One of the things that I want to talk about, come on. I don't have, so I do think that I would like something, not, something different, a better phrase, but I'm going to use high functioning when it's relevant, just as a, sorry. I'm going to use high functioning as a, when it's relevant, because I don't have anything better to say. Anyway, and also there's going to be discussions of applied behavioral analysis. So if you're autistic and you don't want to hear about that, I totally understand. You can leave. If you're neurotypical and you don't know what that is, or you're defensive, please don't go. This is really important, and I have something to say, and I would like you to hear my words. Yes, they do. Yeah. Ironically, he's kind of not. And Johnny, well, we'll get to Johnny. The incident. So the rabbits. This is foreshadowing, people. So she didn't even talk to Isabel about it. Yeah. I'm always right, John. Gotta talk to the bartender, the bartender, the bartender. I think he does in the second game, but I can't remember. They're so wonderful. So this is a like pickled olives bar. He's like, whatever. And freeze. I know. Freeze. Oh, shut your mouth. I do like how Eva has a fun snarky side. Hulk smash. Neil, seriously. Honestly, sometimes their antics do kind of hurt the mood a bit. Aside from the beginning, that's the biggest criticism I have of this. I don't think I was supposed to do that. Ah, frick. Alright. Let's activate it and keep jumping back. Oh, this part. Man, I love this game, even though it's on RPG Maker and it kind of is limited by that, not just because it's pixel art, but because of the specific art style. Cracking nutcrackers! You are an Australian? Who cares? It still manages to look amazing sometimes. Ava, what the bleep? Wuss. love River's design. She's like, well, I'll talk about her design probably in a video, another talks video I want to do, kind of as a retrospective, with an emphasis on autism. Took you long enough. Interesting, depending on what. Interesting when you remember what happens to. Well, if you know what happens with the two scientists. I suppose so. That's also foreshadowing. Alright. Clickety clackety. Here we go. There we go. Sorry for I'm not doing the analysis. Then again, it might be nice considering I do have a plan to go in a soapbox once, or well, at least for one part. It's funny. I'm kind of agoraphobic, but only only in cases where I feel like I can fall off. So there's a place called Angel's Landing in Zion National Park that a lot of the older cousins and adults go up to, and my extended family goes there, and I have never gone, and I will probably never go, because it is terrifying. I actually would also watch that episode. And I haven't even seen Doctor Who, so I've seen like one episode. This music is appropriate for the tone it's trying to set. It's not appropriate for what's actually happening, though. It'll make sense later. Yeah, there's something more going on here. Yeah, she is. There's the platypus Come on, I wanted to get all the things. Yes, it is. Got another puzzle. And another ideal thing. Something. Another ideal puzzle solved. Number of solutions. There we go. First try! The soundtrack in this game frickin' slaps. So good. Yeah, I mean, I laugh, but I do also sometimes wonder that. I'm like, how do people like roller coasters? Those things are terrifying. Whee! Moving the mouse. Don't ever say, are you insane? Yeah, well, she didn't even know you, first of all. Second of all, it's her freaking hair! Okay, this is one of the parts where I'm gonna have to, with it is political. Sorry, this is gonna be a bit political. Not explicitly, but yeah. Yeah, I know I do. Oh yeah, we do feel things. I mean, he doesn't have to he like sometimes he can just ask her. Okay, here it is. Yep. That's the only way. That is literally like I've heard people that tell me like I've heard people tell me like, "Oh, you don't seem autistic. You don't seem." And I'm like, "Yeah, because I had to spend hours and hours of my life, time that was taken out of my education otherwise, just so I could obey these ridiculous social norms. That like me not obeying didn't hurt anyone beyond making them uncomfortable, like why does it make them uncomfortable? Like it's just a thing that is abnormal and the human brain isn't like that, but the human brain can also learn to adjust. Yeah. Me too, sister. I am not quite as I'm somewhere in between River and Isabel. Um the the okay, so the applied behavioral analysis, at least for I think it's broader than what I'm talking about, but in my case refers to a technique developed in the 1960s that was a way of trying to get autistic people to behave quote unquote normally. Um, it is there are a lot of it's funny because I wouldn't blame you if you hadn't heard about it outside of if you don't really know any autistic people or you don't have autistic kids. It is a fiercely debated topic. Not I shouldn't even say debated. I am 100% against it. I think it is absurd. And okay, so a lot of autistic people say it's abusive, and a lot of parents of autistic people who send their kids to ABA get really defensive about that, and I actually understand why, because I think that the I think that the phrase it is abusive. I think the parents think that means they are being abusive parents, and they aren't, at least not intentionally and in the way that it's normally portrayed. But so if you are watching this and your kid is going to ABA, I don't think you are a bad person at heart, but I'm also a consequentialist, so I judge people by their actions, not their not their not their not their not their character, because I don't know what's in your heart, and I don't think that I think that I think that good intentions are oftentimes used to dispel bad like behavior and bad bad evidence, bad actions, doing bad. So if your kid is an ABA and and you meant to do it, you meant perfectly well when you did it. I'm sorry, you still have to. You got to take him out of. You got to take him out. Otherwise, I can't. I can understand it and sympathize with you now, but I can't. Especially if you didn't know, but if you hear this now, I mean, it is brutal. It is like ridiculously brutal. And even if it wasn't, like even if it was just you snap your fingers and then you're quote unquote normal, what gives you the right to do that? What, like, if you could snap your fingers and make someone not be gay, it would still be wrong to do it on someone else without their permission, So what gives you the right to do that? Like, the person who founded it also said, and there's links to stuff like this in the description, to links to my sources and whatnot in the description. The person who did it, who started it, said that we aren't people until we met the criteria that he decided on. And also I just want to, this is pretty unrelated. But it's similar. Why is there no academic theory for not just autistic people but neurodivergent people in general? I'm at a complete loss in regard to this, because by academic theory, I mean like something in regards to feminist theory or critical race theory or, the reclaimed slur theory. I feel like I should be okay with saying it because I've heard other people, but I'm not. I also don't feel comfortable. Anyway, I asked that question on Facebook, and I don't think anyone had any reason why. People were just like, I just heard people say like, yeah, we should change that. So yeah, so I mean, again, applied behavioral analysis is brutal, and even if it wasn't, it was wrong. Too long didn't watch. If that's the case. Anyway, back to the game, and I don't want to go too much of a downer because I don't know. I kind of feel like this game isn't. I kind of feel like I shouldn't be talking about this while I'm playing this game, but on the other hand, I don't really. I feel like I kind of have to. Let's see. There's actually some dynamism in this scene that you you can't expect everyone to remember everyone's faces, that you don't get in most of it, just having him walk over. The Emperor's new clothes. Of course, just for different reasons. Yeah. Yep, a lot of our experience, at least my experience, I shouldn't speak for all autistic people, but a lot of it is me just looking at this and going, why the Emperor has no clothes on and you are all pretending this way, even after we say, Okay, this is an interesting thing because this sinister music is kind of the opposite of what River is doing. This is actually there's actually some sinister undertones to this. But it doesn't seem that, like, this is one place where the music is appropriate, but it doesn't seem like that if you're just seeing this for the first time. Yes. Really? Sort of. I actually do know what this is. Just because I played the game for so long. I actually don't think it's right. I think it's... I did read Animorphs, but, I did read them when I was a kid. I don't remember. I never, read them all. And I don't remember, but I think I read on TV tropes that it's actually wrong. That Yeah. I do kind of like that. I will say, I, I don't know. It's interesting. Huh? I didn't think I was gonna get that one right, but I did. Alrighty. I do need to remember go save your childish jabs for the insecure. That's such a great that is such a great line. And a great like retort. Although it wouldn't be how do I there we go. It wouldn't be true in my case because I am very insecure. See, just now, I was wondering whether that laugh sounded authentic enough. So, you know. I love it how she just says yes and no. You know, she doesn't leave anything to because we're pretty literal thinkers, you know, and sometimes like there was one thing I saw on Twitter where someone was like, when someone asks you, fellow autistic people, when someone asks you like, what are you playing or what are you watching? They're not asking what you're playing or what you're watching. They're not asking you to describe it. They're asking if they can play or watch with you. And I'm like, then just ask that. Like, I don't know. The rare instance where Johnny actually understands. Wait, if I click on them, can I skip this? Well, I don't want to skip it, though. Yeah, and that is why I don't go to dances. That and because I always just end up sitting in the corner and not, really being too scared to talk to anyone, and sometimes overwhelmed by all the lights and sounds. Of course, the latter wouldn't have been an issue in this case. I also love that because she's not doing the ritual, but she's still, doing the ritual, if that makes any sense. She's not using the exact words that you're supposed to use, but she's still doing what you're supposed to do. I'm not sure that's true, Watts. Okay, yeah, I am, I have my problems with Eva. I will express them later. Move. There we go. Not right now. Joey. Yes, you do. I know you do because I've played the whole game. Let's keep going. I always feel like when I get to this wedding scene that there should be more things to interact with, more memory orbs than there actually are. Partly because I always forget that it's linked to the actual wedding scene. I mean, yeah, well, okay, sorry. I shouldn't spoil it. So we're actually making some good progress. And roadkill. Ugh. I remember back when I was running cross country, there was a phase when there was this dead skunk on the bike path, and it like no one cleaned it up, and every day I would just see it go through stages of decomposition. So I guess I hope you weren't eating while you're watching this. Don't not ride this horse. Quit wasting time, Neil. Oh crap! That can't be good. Help me! Not in the job description. I actually wonder if we would see this person's face if it was River's memory. Yeah. I honestly don't know. I don't understand how equine therapy would work, but then again, everyone's brain is different, and no one actually has all the symptoms. For instance, a lot of autistic people are aversion to touch. Like if someone else touches them, and it sets them off. I am not 19% more than I can handle. So here we have one of the first thanks. Here we have one of the first we have one of the first whoa, okay, that was weird. Frozen mid-sprite animation. There it goes again. Sweet. Wait, can I? I don't know if I've ever tried this before. I can't. Yes! Yes! Another reason to love this game. I think I have to press... No, that's not... Oh my gosh. That is awesome. Okay, I don't know how to get off though. I can't remember. I've played this game like 5 times and I can't remember. Oh man. Oh man, just when you thought you couldn't love your favorite game anymore. Wait, the horse disappeared with her too! Okay, serious time now. So this is actually something that I want. I actually kind of called BS when I first saw this. But then I was like, well, maybe it was I think it's interesting how they call her Ms., whereas the pastor called her Mrs. So I think this might be because she's a woman, because women with autism are much less visible, and they have they're socialized differently, like in a way so they don't act out. So Tony Atwood, this is one of the this is where it goes from like basically confirm but heavily implied, but basically confirmed that it's autism, to just straight up confirmed. Again, she needs to make sure that that anyone. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have laughed, I guess, but that was a oh man, I know, I like, oh, River, rather than, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of things to not like about Johnny. I will I will. I'll get into that when they become more obvious and relevant. Let's see. Yeah. Maybe there's another reason it. I honestly don't know why it's just not silenced. Ticking clocks don't bother me. What does bother me is motorcycles. I guess that that explains the motorcycles. Well, I don't like. Don't. I don't like it, being next to a motorcycle or a car that just like the engine gets really loud really suddenly. And I don't think anyone really likes it, but that causes me to tense up, and I have to take a minute to calm down. So now we're in his teenage years. Oh boy. I know. I was like, hey! Maybe all the other movies were worse. I don't know what QED is. And I don't really want to look it up. I have heard of it. Grammar, my dear Watson. Prepositions, my dear Watson. At least there's no olives this time. Okay, this actually brings up something. I forgot about this part. This brings up something that I do want to mention, though, and that's, as much as I say, there are some things that you just gotta put up with, on a moral level, with autistic people. Sometimes, that doesn't mean that everything they do is okay or shouldn't, this is an innocent misunderstanding, but I do think that he has a right to tell her, hey, I don't. Well, okay, I should let her explain herself. So she I can see why she came to that conclusion. Also, I love the way her eyes dart around. Just got to point that out. The way she makes occasional eye contact, and that is something that I still do. Despite all I didn't go through ABA. I feel like I should make that 100% clear. I went through something a version that was not torture, basically. Anyway, and I am if I'm not sounding angry about this, it's because I am furious about ABA. I'm just trying to tone it to tone it down, you know, because I want to. Unfortunately, a lot of times when you just get angry, even if it's completely justified, like autistic people are 100% in the right about ABA, and there is no real justification for it. The problem, and I understand, like I get the you know, like I have, you know, gotten really angry about this before. I also think that sometimes that completely justifiable anger gets perceived poorly by the dominant people in society. In this case, neurotypicals. What else was I gonna say? But I also think, you know, I don't know, I understand why he's like this, and I think it's okay for him to be like, look, that's not going to work for you, basically. And because he's also not, like, trying to take away a part of her personality and her identity, you know? He's like, you know, because I don't think she really minds me. Well, I mean, she doesn't, because spoiler alert, she goes and sits with it next to him, you know? And you know, there are so many people who, you know, there was one time on Twitter, where someone was like, a couple people were saying, saying something really misogynistic. I can't remember what exactly. It's the internet. Those misogynistic comments tend to all sort of blend together after a while. And I was like, hey, don't do that. And and then someone was like, oh, they're autistic, so they shouldn't be, they shouldn't, you know, they shouldn't be, like, they need love and understanding, not criticism. I'm like, no, I'm on the spectrum, and they get to, that doesn't mean you're immune to criticism. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that there are some things that you just can put up with. Like stimming and literal mindedness, you know, basic stuff that's not like crappy ideas are still crappy ideas regardless of who's saying them. Anyway, I've heard there was another time I saw someone be like, oh, Greta Thunberg, the left is using her. And I'm like, psh, you wish the left could use her. She's doing this all by herself. I mean, I kind of agree with her here. I can see why she's doing it, and I think that this is actually a huge jerk move. Screw you, dude. Yeah. Just trying to point out that you can do that. You can erase people from the memories. But if you want to do that, and I actually usually end up doing it, but you know, time. I do have some sense of when I need to not indulge in everything. A little bit. What? No! You weren't supposed to. That wasn't what was supposed to happen. Oh well. I mean, I have a soft spot for platypuses due to one semi-aquatic egg-laying mammal of action. Oh man, I need to watch that show again. It's been a while. There are some parts that haven't aged well, but overall it's... Look, maybe this wasn't such a good idea. This is one thing I mentioned in my incels video about how this is one of the reasons I asked the question. You know, asked the question like, autistic women, do you get these kind of, because a lot of I feel like the general script is and I might be completely wrong here because as I've established, I don't understand a lot of social scripts, but I think and roles and whatever. But I think the idea is the woman, you know, sends signals to the man that she's interested, and then the guy goes up and talks to her, and then the problem is if you miss those signals, then you feel like no one likes you, even if you did. You know, there was one example, I keep bringing this up, where someone was apparently checking me out in like 8th grade. You know, someone my age in 8th grade was checking me out in when I was in Westminster Abbey, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, part of it is just like, she didn't know this, but when I'm in a place like Westminster Abbey, I'm not really thinking about dating, and also the oh yeah, that was. Oh no. She would not say yes and really mean no. I don't think she would throw an encyclopedia. But I also, this is one part where I think this is more about gender than autism, in gender roles, because I actually sympathize a lot more with, this is one of the rare instances where I understand, I feel more like Johnny than I do like River. Yes. Because you didn't ask her a question. Cool platypus. Book. Platypuses? Platypi? Platypeople? Lighthouses. 16-second order Frenzel lens light. Oh yeah. She's got the memory. Which is good if you like memorizing romantic poetry like Ozymandias, like yours truly. There's no date or time. She's interested. She just doesn't know the date or time. If I think this is a yes. Oh, great. Never mind. The deets. Work out the deets at a later date. I'll just go. What? What are you looking at me for? You think I'm going to call out how utterly awkward that was? Well, just forget it. I'm not giving into your expectations. Yeah. Oh, come on. It's the most ambitious crossover in history. Whoa, what is that? Why is it off the screen? I think it's because of OBS. I'm sure you can read it. I'm terrible. That's terrible. I know. Well, yeah. Any jerk move is I love this logic. I don't know. I just find this hilarious. Leonardo da Vinci trained by drawing eggs. Barrows are like very big eggs. Therefore, you will all be very big Da Vincis. I don't know. I just find that hilarious. I can kind of relate. I love this. In certain classes, this is actually this. I kind of feel like I'm bragging, and I'm not a, but I don't know. I'm just gonna say, in certain classes, I do end up being the like anyone but him, you know, kind of guy that the teachers always try and find someone else. Certainly not all classes. I am also the like, here's all the information. Yeah, they are. I don't have that kind of memory. Well, I could memorize a passage like that. Oh damn. So, are they looking at what I Alt F4? Wait, what? Is that like are they looking at what I think they're looking at? And if so, why and if so, why are they doing it in the middle of class? I don't know. We walk through the door of time. Woo! That looked like, I mean, she was definitely in the situation that I was. I mean, not always. There was a phase where I actually did have a kind of group of friends. There was a school year, and then they all got in different lunch periods, and then I ended up sitting by myself, which honestly sometimes is what you need. But sometimes it can be lonely. This guy, he's like, I have to wait several years for Mass Effect to come out. Nick is interesting at this phase because he's, at first glance, he's like super, brah, you know, like super general man, you know, supposed to be the all of society. But he's actually pretty insightful. Exactly. So this is kind of exposing. This is actually brilliant because this is exposing a, you know, up to, for especially in the beginning, and it was all pretty much all Johnny, and then as more and more time passes, you get to know River better, and that kind of, and then we have this exchange, and that kind of exposes a problem in a lot of media about autistic people, which is that it almost always focuses on the effect that the autistic people have on neurotypicals in their lives, and that's not necessarily a bad thing because I mean, no one is an island, and you know, I certainly affected the neurotypicals who I love in my life, and But that being said, when it's all about them, and when it's all, and when those types of stories are all that's being made, it's all a it is all a it's sorry what was it? I lost the train of thought again. It's all, when it's all about nerd, you basically eventually it starts seeming less like a character trait or a part of an identity, being autistic, and it ends up being more of a like it ends up being more of a like they end up becoming like tools basically. Yeah, Nicholas is like, jeez, dude. No, you don't. You don't have the first clue of what you're doing. I mean, I actually get both sides. I think everyone is unique in terms of they have their own worldview and life experiences. Everyone perceives the world a little bit differently. Yeah, seriously. That wasn't exactly my experience, but then again, I was actually voted. I actually couldn't believe this. I was actually voted Mr. Congeniality for my superlatives. I didn't really. I don't really understand why, but the I don't really know why, but come on. Oh, right clicking. That's the secret. And I got the key. The question is, why is River carrying it everywhere? Kame? Over Walnut's sake. Hame? Hey! Not cool, Eva. You never cork-blork someone in the middle of a Kamehameha. What? She's just like, what are you talking about? $64. Rosa, that was so, or not Eva, not Rosa, Rosalie, Dr. Rosa and Eva. That was weak. That was like such a weak. That was like a. Oh boy, oh boy, this is rough. Okay, I guess the couch gave me some. Yeah, you're pretty easily impressed. Books. Wait, what was the smudge titles? Yeah, because he probably doesn't remember all the books on the bookshelf from like 9 decades ago. I don't know how old he is or how old he is at this point. He's old. I'm honestly surprised he still remembers that he had a bookshelf. Ha! It's almost like I've had a lot of practice with these. Smells like roadkill again. Eva? Eva! Bam, 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 bam. Oh, if you think this game plays weird with time and the if you think this game plays weird with time and and the whole concept, you just wait until I play Finding Paradise eventually. Sometimes this song sometimes sounds like something out of Axiom Verge, which I also need to play for this show. I do think that Axiom Verge is better than Super Metroid, which is saying something. And this might be the most controversial statement I have said all... Okay, so it's funny because it says it's Act 2. I think we're definitely more than halfway through the game. Need the concentration. The way they label acts are weird. They definitely don't conform with this game's 3-act structure, which actually has a pretty rigid 3-act structure. Or at least most games, the 3-act structure is pretty, it doesn't fit very well. But this game does have one. And I think that's why so many people wanted it to be a movie. And why it is becoming a movie. There actually is one in production. At least as far as I know as of this recording. Right, but he knew something was wrong if he knew something was wrong when Lily disappeared, and then they just snap their fingers and he appears on the moon. Then it's gonna be off. He's not gonna believe it. I'm just trying to save time. I mean, I'm not sure. He certainly seems self-conscious. Oh no, is this gonna be like that Star Trek episode where they make the Moriarty hologram, and then it turns it actually accidentally makes him sentient. Bum, bum, bum. What the? At least give me a warning first. I like being a... Yeah. Okay, Rutskarn. Okay, that is, I know I say like and subscribe if you got the reference a lot, but that is one that I think you should like and subscribe if you did get that one. I don't think I've ever tried working backwards before, but I am interested to see if it works. Oh no, because I think you only have to. I don't think you have to. I keep thinking you have to do it like a straight line. What? Nom, 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 nom. Oh, I wonder if I have to go forward. There we go. Yeah, so I don't think it has to... Let's see. I don't think it has to form a straight line. I think you just have to get them to be yellow and then... Let's see. Commonality between the phases. Oh, the book. Yeah, so it doesn't... The link still works. I love these little puzzle aspects because again they break it up. They break the story up. The game, but but it doesn't, it doesn't also get in the way of the story. They're all really easy because if they were hard, then it would just be like really annoying. Not this time, hun. Eva the Hun. Oh. Move. I don't think I've ever gone and tried to do these guys before. Something is not right. Alright, so they want me to go through the last accessible memory, which is this one. Walk. Dr. Lorenzo von Matterhorn! This kind of actually feels like Soma. If he is... This is actually really disturbing. I'm only kind of just thinking about this now. If he is sentient, or sapient, I should say. If he is sapient, this is... this is actually really dark. I mean... For those of you who haven't played it, Soma is a game where basically one of the main ideas is... One of the really scary ideas is the idea that your existence, you can be just brought up and killed, brought back and killed, and brought back and killed, like, at any point, you know? Which is terrifying. I mean, this game, like, this game actually does, this game and especially subsequent games go into the ethics of this kind of technology. Oh, man. This is also a bit like, is this like messing with... Oh, wait, no, because I think it said that, I think this is all happening in the computer, not, not in the... Oh... That I never really thought about that line. That line is actually really... I can't believe I never realized what that line was like why she said that. Okay, I also love that the banner looks like a film strip. I didn't notice that before either. I can't believe I never realized what the line is. I'm not gonna say it right now because it's yeah. So anyway, I think they said like, I think they say somewhere like, I think they say somewhere, that that like they do all the stuff, you know, all the memory temporation, all that gets stored in the computer, and then it gets added to the brain, you know, after they've finalized it. So I think that that's probably what's happening here. Oh man, I should have checked the other rooms to see if... I think there are some things that change, but I can't remember. My name is Detective J.J. Bittenbinder. And I'm here to tell you, you know, orange juice, brush your teeth, and boom, orange juice. That's life. Street smarts. Wow, that was terrible. I was gonna say it's impossible to do... Well, I think you can go on the Rings of Saturn. I was gonna say it's pretty impossible to go to Venus, because you would die immediately. But one, that shows I'm a huge nerd, and two, that also means but you know, this is literally I think there hasn't been a moon mission since like 72. Um, so then again, the idea that he going to the moon is also pretty far fetched, and it's you can literally do whatever. So Nick and Johnny are just like, ugh. I thought it was as big as Asia. Maybe I'm misremembering. Random person. I knew that. Get out of here with your facts and take your EpiPen with you. Groupies. That's the best perk of being rich and famous. Of course it didn't. Report utter failure. I would love it if you could get that, on games with scoring systems. If you just do terrible, it's just utter failure. Oh, this is so funny. Okay, this part's not funny. This part is like, really, dude, not cool. She doesn't need healthcare, though. I mean, the riddles, when you put the emphasis on things like that, the riddle is not a riddle. Whatever. I love this part. I don't know, it's funny, I think. Dag nabbit! Glass! Slippery! Johnny! What the cucumber? I like the idea that he just like... I think it's slightly unclear, but I think you could make an argument that she teleported him to midair, and then he just fell to the floor. Well, it's not working. It's ridiculous. You did it? Exactly. He does have some calls to make. So this video is definitely running long. I don't know what time I'm at because I'm not looking at the OBS. But this is gonna be most of the next video is gonna be a lot shorter than this. So if you're worried about that, then I guess don't be. I don't know. I don't care. Doesn't make sense. Why did there sheen no effect? This is an interesting part. I didn't really even know you could do this with It's funny when you actually know, like I do, it seems so obvious. Dang. Sunrises and sunsets, man. Pretty much, anytime after the sun gets fully up in the sky, it's just, it's pretty boring. But, the evening, the dusk, the dawn, the sunrise, and the night are all, the best times of day. In my opinion, of course. And as we all know, my opinions are objectively fact. can't even say that with a straight face. There is some vital information that he found. Shh! Yes, I'll feed it after. Now shush! Oh man, now I'm thinking of that Jimmy Kimmel. I think it was Jimmy Kimmel. I haven't seen it, but I've heard about it. Where that thing where they make their kids, like, they tell their kids it's a Friday when it's Saturday. They make them, I don't know, go to the bus stop. I don't think I've ever done that. And what was with that whole thing? Okay. I think I did do that, though. Yeah, seriously. Oof. That... Yeah, that seems fair. I actually wonder why he didn't. Did River not want him? I don't see why she wouldn't want him, but I also don't see why not. Oh yeah, it's honestly kind of tough to have to, you know, there have been houses, you know, that mean a lot to me that were owned by someone else. And it's always weird, you know. Obviously, I don't blame the people who own the house, but you know, yeah. No, he did not. I think there's another pair of scientists in the second game. Well, I know there's another pair of scientists in the second game. I think one of them was in maintenance. There's always the one thing. Forgot my coffee. it barging in and out of doors. The road killer, Eva, it smells! I know it's your fault for running over it. What's going on? The children are still sleeping. Wait a minute. What? I think that's actually true. I have smelled things before that reminded me of a memory. Like, it would feel like there was a memory that was, like, constantly on the edge of resurfacing, but never did. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, she does do enough manual labor. Yeah, seriously. I mean, those gardens don't tend themselves, you know. I swear, I mean, those look like the Freebird birds. Like the logo. Yeah. It was actually a really important conversation that I think I'm missing. Well, I think that is missable. Well, this is certainly part of it. So yeah, I think if you don't click on them, painkillers. This was, I think, I mean, this game came out in 2010, and I think that was during the opioid epidemic, but like before it became, it was the juggernaut of death that it was. Oh, right. I was so distracted by the painkillers. Is that possible? Can you, like, just contain smells? Yeah. So it's funny because if you poke it, and then it'll deflate, and then if you come out, if you go to the kids with the kids to the lighthouse, they'll like yell at you for it. That's mine. Whoa, that actually lagged a bit. You just walked into a wall. I was in deep thought. You know how deeply I think. It was a rather strong concrete wall. Kneel. It takes time. Certainly. About time you showed up. Oh no! Is he gonna die? I mean, yeah, he's dying. They only do this ritual on people who they know are gonna die. Act 3. So we're gonna get to the scene that I've been building up to. Again, if you play this game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. I mean, can't you just kick it to outer space? I mean, you're in the virtual world, so. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. I love this part. Get out. What? Get out of his memory now. What are you talking about? Why are you getting out then? Oh, you freak. Don't pull like a... This ain't a movie and you're... I mean, it's technically... I would love it if in the movie, if it ever gets finished, if they had to be like, this ain't a video game. Alistar might be the... Alistar is the... I think he might be one of the scientists from the second game. Wait, for a second I thought I heard the music. The game's music. Was it like extra diegetic? For those of you who don't know, diegesis means in the basically anything that happens in the universe of the story. And guess what? Your carrot cake sucks. Wait a minute. Yeah, and that was... I think the Christmas party is one of the minisodes, which I actually have not played. So those are going to be bonus episodes, although those are probably going to be put on hold after I'm done with the oh wait, no, I think I have to, yeah. After like Halloween's over and I don't know. I'm planning on doing the minisodes, finding Bird Story and Finding Paradise once as a build up to the Imposter Factory's release, and then once Imposter Factory comes out, I'll play that. So now we get to see itty bitty baby Johnny. Oh, by the way, there's gonna be something really messed up happen. So just fair warning. Yeah. Here's the roadkill. I hope. Oh, look at the time. Oh, I know what's happening. Oh no. Wait, did she actually swear? I wasn't reading fast enough. If you, I swear, if you get me demonetized, Diva. By the way, just like the last video of this, if I ever get any money from this video, I'll donate it to the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network, which is basically the Anti-Autism Speaks. Oh, yeah. Yep. Oh. This part's brutal. Slept on a bunk bed. Oh, it wasn't her. She didn't mean to. It was an accident. I mean, I can understand why there's a crowd forming. Yeah. So I get why there's a scene forming. I also, it's just kind of natural to want to check out what's happening, but the but also it's not really helping. Yep. Oh man, the slugs actually freaked me out. There's actually one of the only parts I can vividly remember. One of them was of a social interaction with the awkward alien character. Social interaction gone wrong for obvious reasons. One of them was someone who, like a little kid who I remember in these are kids books, by the way. I remember there's a little kid who like is crying for her mom because because they have to take the slugs out occasionally for some reason. And anyway, it's like really, it's actually like, again, it disturbed me enough that I actually still remember it. So basically, what? Basically, how kids get books normally. it's true. Although it's the mom's problem, not his. I mean, the favoritism. I don't. She's actually. I mean, no one obviously deserves to have what happened to her happen. But like she's also a pretty terrible parent. Joey's little commie. Oh, yeah, let's go confuse the neighbors. Honestly, woman, do you think you can call yourself mother? Hey. Wait, what? Okay. I was like, It must have the game must have not updated its information yet. Every song of this game slaps. If you disagree, fight me. Yeah, they are. I love Neil. He's awesome. Absolutely not. Oh, come on. You don't care about anything, Eva. I mean, that's not true, but... I really hate these types of games. Not a dumpling. You're bluffing. He's like, yeah, I am bluffing. Yeah. For FPS were invented. Oh yeah. The keyboard and gamepad are probably not a good idea for this. I actually wonder if you can say no, because you do get a memory link, but it might give you a memory link if you just say no. Come on. Gah! What is going on with you, mouse? It's all the mouse's fault. It's not mine. Interesting how the music gets louder. Okay, you're just telling them what she wants to hear. It's almost like you can't actually read the future. Okay. So Johnny kind of takes on Joey's persona subconsciously, which is an interesting idea. Two random scientists come up in lab coats and start talking to this 5-year-old. For some reason, I have it in my mind that he's 5. I don't think there's any textual evidence to support that. But, Alright, we're coming up on the scene, and I might shed some tears. There's one part that I always get choked up on. Yeah, I love stargazing. I actually went and saw the comet earlier this summer, and it was really cool. There's just something so human about stargazing, you know? I don't know of any other species that looks up into the night sky and, you know, can just contemplate things. They also aren't in North America, which is where I presume this takes place in. Oh man, I stayed up all night one time. It was not fun, and I decided I never wanted to do it again. Okay, this is definitely an Eternal Sunshine, like an Eternal Sunshine message. Something orange, not tigers though. Also, not a thing. You know, someone. You know who it is at this point. Oh, she's so cute. She's so cute. So is Johnny too, but I have, you know, there's reasons I have a fondness for River. Oh yeah, I definitely. You think you're going to be alone someplace? You think you're going for some solitude, and then someone's like, "Hey!" and you're like, "Uh-oh." So this wasn't the first time. This was not. Oh, sorry. No, this was the first time they met, but Johnny didn't remember it at all. I'm curious. Let me know in the comments if you've pieced it together yet. Again, I know what it is, but that's just because I've played it like 5 times before. I don't know how many times I've played this. I also love this scene. It's honestly amazing how emotional you can make you can make a game without any, you know, with just illustrations and sprites and some amazing music. Just look at them. Yes. I mean, this is her spot, you know. Yeah. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. But I too am a proud member of Weird Names Anonymous. I mean, considering that why the British are there, then probably. I really need to, you know, I'm a very political person, and I don't think I think all media is politics, and bringing it up is important. But I also think, like, sometimes, you know, for a game like this, I kind of want to make it as minimal as possible. Yeah, here come the feels. I don't know if I'll actually cry yet, but I feel like crying. I love this. Is this a guitar? I love how simple it is. It's only one instrument. Oh, I'm literally feeling chills right now. So she was trying to get him to remember with the rabbits. This scene explains like so much. This scene explains his desire to go to the moon. This scene explains the rabbit. This scene, this is why I call it the scene, because if you play the game, this is probably the scene, the first scene you think of. If you finish the game, I should say. The lighthouses. Oh, I saw there were lighthouses. Oh, yeah, I know how that feels, River. I know. I know. Shine the lights of the other lighthouses and at me. I'm going to befriend one of them. Yeah, I think that is like a lack of coordination is also a symptom, or I shouldn't say symptom, a trait of autism. Oh, they're so cute and so sweet. Like, this is such a tender scene. As sad as this game is, there are some parts that just get me right in the heart and they just make me. This is a weird mixture of feelings this scene has. Here's the WAM line. We can always regroup on the moon. I'm surprised he didn't cry again. I don't know. He just wants to be with her again. Don't you dare insult her. Okay, Javert. Alrighty. Unfortunately, that is where I must leave you for today, esteemed viewers. We're gonna save over this one just to make sure if something wrong with the recording, I can and thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening to me. This is a very personal topic, and please play this game. It's super good, and it deserves your support. And if you like this video, give it a like. If you want to be notified when the next video comes out, subscribe and ring the bell. Please, normally I'm just like, yeah, share it if you want, but please do share this to anyone who is autistic or who has a child with autism, especially if they've only recently been diagnosed and they're actually seriously considering ABA, or someone who is practicing ABA or whatever. Send this to anyone who you think wants this, who is even remotely interested in this, please. And again, I don't want to profit off of this, so any money I raise will go to the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network, which also you can find a link to below, as well as some articles about why ABA is terrible, and my Twitter and Letterboxd. Wow, 2 hours. So thank you for watching, esteemed viewers. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Hello again, most esteemed viewers. My name is Jekyllstein Gray, and welcome to the final installment of my To the Moon series. Before I get started, real quick, there's not going to be as many disclaimers as last time, but I really before I forget, I want to give a shout out to everyone who tried and helped me fix the audio of the first video. The one that had the terrible audio. Means a lot to me. Yeah, so let's finish this sucker. So this episode's probably gonna be shorter. It's all your fault. What did she do? She didn't have to get cancer. Alright. No time to interact with everything. And he can't. That's the weird paradox. He wants to go to the moon to be with River, but he can't go to the moon unless River's not there. Exactly. Fork the contract. Sign up to have the frickin' geezers die happy. Me. Okay, Javert. I mean, I don't like the, in general, I'm not a fan of the we happen to know what he wants better. But in this case, this is a special scenario. And Whoa. I forgot about that angled shot. So this is one of the, this segment is interesting, and it it kind of sells the it kind of sells the artificial nature in a way that you don't often think about. Oh, jeez. Wow, that's a tight... What the... I can walk up here? What? I did not know that. Whoa. Okay, I legit did not know that I could walk up these walls. I'm assuming that you can't do that in the rest of the game. When you come here and it's not all messed up, when because they're not fighting over what to do. Again, highlighting the artificial nature. Both the real world simulation, the game. Was that a trigger that I had to hit? Like a specific point on the map. What the? So now, what was that? I guess this technically makes this a Halloween video. Oh man, I'm really reaching here. It's Plants vs. Zombies. Get it? I know that the person who did the song that's gonna come up in a bit, she was involved in Plants vs. Zombies. I don't know if Can Gao was. Oh, the platypi. So remember how I said, jeez. Remember how I said, stop interrupting me, Zombivas. Remember how I said that the tropes were, remember how I said that the tropes, the couple, the Jurassic World couple tropes were had more depth to them than mere what was I gonna say? It's just a comic relief or whatever. But the so this is one of the things, they're very they're different from the so it's not just, this is again, their formality and their informality kind of reflect their relationship to the rules. If you get what I'm saying, like. Yes, it is, Neil.
I'm still wondering about that glitch. Was that a glitch? Like, why was I able to walk through walls? I did the same thing. Whoa! No horses in the skull! Didn't think we'd have to establish that as a rule, but apparently we do. The moon rabbits are moving. Okay. That's kind of weird and messed up. Yeah, Johnny, you gotta give me a date or time if you want me to... If you want me to, I don't know. The date or time of when we met or whatever. I don't know. Morpheus? What? It's Eva, you idiot. No crap, we're the only ones here. And it is what he asked for, though. That's a tricky question. Wait, yeah, well, that might have been a... Let's see. Dang, it's empty and completely silent, which this game does not do often. Hey, screw you, dude. So, does Eva have, like, all the power over the construct? Poser. Let's see. Aww. At least she brought him back. But she's gonna say it in the most tasteless way possible. I am very mad about that. It's just so cold, and it's like she was... Oh, here's the song. Hopefully the audio will be louder than my last video. Ironically, the problem with the first video, the one I unlisted, was it was too it was too loud. The audio was too loud, and now it was that it's too quiet. Yeah. She said, I'm sad, somehow without any words. I just stood there, searching for an answer. This world is no more, the moon is all we'll see. I'll ask you to fly away with me until the stars all fall down. They empty from the sky, but I don't mind. If you're with me, everything's alright. Do my words always lose their meaning? What I feel, what I say, there's such a rift between them. He said, I can't really seem to read you. I just stood there, never know what I should do. When this world is no more, when is all I see, I'll ask you to fly away with me until the stars all fall down. They empty from the sky, but I don't mind. If you're with me, then everything's alright. If you're with me, then everything's alright. You actually made it. Really, Rosaline? Can you, like, at least not acknowledge why? I honestly am kind of confused about her motivation. I mean, obviously, again, she's a very by the book, no nonsense type person. It's funny because when I first played this, I remember being on Rosaline's side for most of it. The but then like she did that, and like I was mad. I'm still really haven't really forgiven her, forgiven this fictional character. Oh yeah, what do I have to? Oh yeah, mouse. Duh, I'll use the mouse now. I know you don't, but... There we go. Yeah, exactly. Even fantasy settings, you know, he couldn't even imagine that a bigger elevator. Mission control. Here we go again. Wait, no, hold on. Okay, no, this is just something I could go normally, I think. That is weird. I honestly wonder if that's like a glitch or something. I kind of hope that it's that it is from yeah, exactly. It was mass memory resequencing. I honestly don't understand the moon landing conspiracy. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get why anyone would think. Yeah. All right, one more memory bar. Memory bar actually sounds like a nutritional or a semi-nutritional shake or whatever. Is she saying that to Johnny or to us? Honestly, probably not. But I don't know. Okay, I actually want to. I'm actually curious as to what if you guys think you know what she's talking about, what she's trying to do. I don't think I did when I first played this, but it's been a while. So, if you want to, I'd recommend pausing the video right now and just typing in what you think she's gonna do. I'd be interested to see your responses. And obviously, this is only if you haven't played the game before. Yeah, lamp shading. So we got the required memory bars. Back to the first floor. And then out we go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Those birds are free birds. This is not a normal case. But it's still less bonkers than Finding Paradise, which I will play eventually. It's her. It is her. She's there. I am very happy about that. And he is now complete. His memories are. So she's not a completely heartless monster. That's good. Yeah. So I think she was like, I think he like willed her back into his memories, I guess. She did win that round, but will she win the next round? That's something we'll see. But I'm not, just to be clear, I don't have a specific, I'm not going to jump straight into Finding Paradise. First of all, I'm going to do the minisodes and the bird story first, and then Finding Paradise. But, and also I don't have any specific end date in mind for when those games come out. I still haven't actually played the minisodes of this game, which is kind of bonkers when you consider how much time I've sunk into it and how short it is. To the Moon. I like that name. There's actually a surprising amount of title drops in this game. I don't know. I like moving my mouse around when there's scenes like this. It just makes it seem more it makes the video seem more personal and dynamic, or at least that's how I see it. So they apparently brought some spare helmets. I actually wonder if that's standard procedure. I would actually imagine that it would be if this was a real company, because the so he's middle-aged now, because the I wonder if he's, what was I saying? I would imagine because sometimes they have family. In fact, I guess this is technically a very minor spoiler. Finding Paradise, the person dying does have a family. So I'd imagine families would want to see for themselves what's going on. What is that barrier? Is that? I don't remember it being there. Can I walk through it? No. Okay. Huh. Maybe I'm just going crazy. Yeah, I am too anxious to be an astronaut. Have anything to say, Izzy? You underestimated her. Oh, I'm gonna... Yeah, he's gonna have to revise it. Oh man, I love this game. It's funny. I kind of feel like I should be like crying right now, and I think part of it is I've just played it so much that the surprise factor is, compare this game to the Doki Doki, where last night I recorded it and I had a like visceral like what is going on reaction. Probably. Honestly, yeah. I mean, not in real life, but in this case, yeah. I love this game. Even if I'm not as emotionally affected by it, it'll always hold a special place in my heart. Again, because it was... I'm sure I mentioned this before. This was the first game that really showed me what... Like, on an emotional level, what good representation can do for you. You know? And why it's important. So one day I'm going to befriend one of them. And she did. So, yeah, here we go. Again, it's amazing how much how triumphant they make this without, again, this is like a bunch of 2D images, almost like that are slightly moving, almost like a slideshow, but man, is it affecting. This part I actually don't like. I like that she hits his hand away. I feel like him kind of doing that muddies their relationship again, which I liked how they were. Look, it's the lighthouse. It kind of muddies their relationship. They do end up getting married in his mind. I honestly kind of forget that this is all fake after a while. And I'm honestly not sure, philosophically, whether or not this is the right thing or a good thing. But, yeah, Space. The final frontier. It's destabilizing. It's interesting how she reaches out her hand. I actually never really thought about that before. They kind of form a little heart, and they're holding hands, and they're going to the moon. Oh, I love this game. I love this game. Yay! Oh man, I love this. So Laura Shigihara, she's the one who was in Plants vs. Zombies and did Everything's Alright, which I butchered. Apologies for that, Ms. Shigihara, and also apologies if I mispronounced your name. Aww. Here we got the credits in a slideshow. It's interesting how it kind of takes place both over an entire lifetime and over one night, you know? I don't know, I just thought that was pretty cool. I'm still interested in that, I'm still interested in Neil's, I'm still interested in Neil's, and why Neil was able to phase through walls and whatnot. I don't know. I think the reason he thanks his grandfather specifically, I think I heard this somewhere, is that his grandfather, his grandfather was, had a brush with death. I don't think he died at the time of this making, but and that caused him to start thinking about mortality, which made him come up with the idea for this game, and the rest is history, you know. And at least they are resting side by side under Anya's watchful light. I feel like I should be more emotional here. But again, I don't know, after a while, you still love, or maybe this is just me. After a while, I still love something, but I feel like that might be a reference to something, but I don't know what. I feel like after a while, you still love something. I mean, I still adore this game with all my heart, but it starts to lose the same emotional impact on you. Maybe I need to stop replaying it so many times. I'm actually interested to go back to. It's been like 3 years since I played Finding Paradise. Yep. All right. Episode 1 is done. Well. More specifically, the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network, whose link I will put in this description as well. And yeah, it's good. I mean, you've heard the soundtrack. It's amazing. You should buy the soundtrack. It'll go to a good cause. Oh man, I can't wait for. Oh shoot. I didn't think that would actually close out the game. Okay then. Well, it's not really worth it to boot it back up. So I guess I'm just gonna say thank you for watching, esteemed viewers. I would love to hear your thoughts and comments down below. Give it a like if you liked it. Share it with someone who you think would like it. And be nice to each other. Check out the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network. Try and talk to people about ABA and why it's terrible. And yeah. If this video gets monetized, it'll all go to charity, as usual. Anyway, I will talk to you later, esteemed viewers. I think I'm planning on another Doki Doki Literature Club video tonight. I'm recording one tonight, but I don't know, because I also have an essay to write and all that. This is a post-work, okay, I gotta chill, Anyway, all right. Bye, esteemed viewers.